Hi, we're Bill and Kim Nash, and welcome to our show.
Yes, welcome again. Hey, we're a couple of weeks past the camp we just had.
Post-camp.
We wanted to, the reason we come to you like this is to make you aware of the great things that God is doing in our lives and the lives of these children that have been through trauma. They're survivors of an accident, an illness like cancer, or a personal loss. And because of our son Billy having this great story of how Jesus Christ healed his body at Texas Children's Hospital of leukemia, he's a survivor of leukemia. We feel so rich that happened for us. And we do our best to bring it to other children that have been through that kind of trauma.
Our camp is full of survivors. Therefore, they're champions. They're overcomers. And speaking of camp and how exciting it was this year, it was against all odds that we even had a camp.
Yeah.
Thanks again to Carolina Creek Christian Camp. We had a safe camp. It's 2 weeks afterwards. We've had no reports of illness. We didn't the whole week we were there, not even a temperature, which was just a blessing. And we get to reconnect with some of these kids. What really stood out to me this time, we had some special time with what we call our champs. They're all former campers. They become interns and then they become champs. A lot of camps call them counselors. And we got to spend more time with them and had a great dinner on that Saturday night after training. And I was so amazed that we had one gal that we just loved. It's been with us, 17 years or 18 years?
18 years.
Started when she was just a little girl named Bree. Well, Bree flew in after graduation.
She graduated in Seattle, Washington.
She flew in and met us there at the restaurant that night where we were having a great meal.
What are you doing here? Well, it's camp. I got to be here.
So long-term impact. She got something out of Champions Kids Camp through the years that has had an impact in her life. And now what's wonderful is she wants to pay it forward. She doesn't want to just say, well, thank you, and that was great memories there. She wants to do that for other kids. And the kids that we're raising up through our camp are going to become givers like that. I was thinking of Aspen, another gal. I remember her when she was just a little bitty thing. And now, what does she do for a living?
Well, when we were having where all the champs talk about what they were doing that year, now what are you doing now? And she said, I'm a CO. And then she shut up.
What is that?
You're a CO? Great. What is that? It was like, she said, what's that? She's an officer, a corrections officer. We said, oh, wait, are we all going to jail?
And she's always just so sweet and has the sweetest smile and kind of even tempered.
We forgive her because she always sends her application in a couple weeks late. And we save her spot.
We know she's coming now, but
so we count on her. But
we count on your late application.
Those are just two stories, ladies and gentlemen. When we talk about impact of what our camp and our outreach does for kids, it's actually, they do more for us by the help that they get to get through the trauma that they've been through, and that only comes from God above and Jesus Christ.
A lot of people that love them. There.
Yes, a lot of, listen, I know it's side hugs and we had to be careful of social distancing, but we had
Air
each
fives.
Air fives, I forgot about that. But each group was in its own, 6 feet apart from another group, 6 feet apart from the other group. Then they had their buffs. They pulled up when they went in the building. And they washed their hands outside, and then they got the hand sanitizer before they sat down, and then they got it again.
Temperatures every morning.
All of it paid off. It all paid off. And hey, they had that electrostatic cleansing type of situation.
Microbial sanitation.
They cleaned up the mess hall. I call it the mess hall. I was in the Air Force.
Well, they misted all the cabins.
The cabins and where we ate, the cafeteria, and on and on. Carolina Creek Christian Camp. Hey, there's Katie and there's Leo and there's Keith Harrison. Leo, I got to say.
From Brazil.
Yes. And then there's Lisa. God bless you, Lisa.
And Keith Harrison, who
I said that.
Did you already say that?
I said
okay.
That name.
Yes.
So anyway, hey, we're married. We do this all the time.
Yes. If you're married, you understand. We don't have to explain that.
Well.
But
Okay, I love that line. If you were married, we don't care whether you're married or not. We just want you to help us with these kids that have been through trauma. It's just been a great thing for our lives. Our showbiz career pales in comparison. I mean, if you look at our website, you'll see us. Reba McEntire, we wrote a hit for her. Dolly Parton, Wayne Newton, a bunch of them cut another song. Diamond Rio cut a song. And all of that was exciting. But to help one little child who's been through trauma and had her heart broken or his heart broken, to see them come back to life again. As Kirby Lammer's our camp supervisor, our co-producer of the show.
Our
What
friend.
else is he? He's jack of all trades. He says he calls it chin on chest when they get there. Their chins are like this, and they're scared. But it doesn't take but a couple of days, and they see so many other kids that have been through that kind of trauma, and they spark back to
And
life.
they
Kids
bond.
are resilient.
They're very
And
resilient.
if you show them love and appreciation and praise all the thing, we praise them for picking up a piece of paper off the floor.
They might even get a prize for
Yeah,
random
doing
acts of
that.
kindness.
And-
Yes.
Yes, exactly. So
Well,
I guess we better
we
get into
got to stop talking about camp for a
Yeah.
minute here and transition into
the name of the song.
the next first song we're going to do. But we have a very special guest that's coming up in a minute. I
Yeah.
won't give it away yet, but you want to stay tuned.
Stay tuned for that. And then in introducing the song, we sang this song at camp, and we didn't write this song, but our good friend Don Goodman wrote this song. And when we first played it for Kimberly, she said, "Oh, that's nice, but we're not going to record it." Oh, and our friend Jerry Lewis, who helped us found the camp, he said, "I want that song on the new album we were making." And to her chagrin,
It's kind of different, and you'll
Kinda
understand when it hits the
Yeah,
chorus.
It's all about getting baptized again after being out there in the wild and woolly west or east or north or south.
We had to
my
make sure
nightclub days.
we had to make sure that the kids didn't baptize each other.
Yeah.
So
We made an
Enough
announcement.
said.
When you're in the swimming pool, you do not hold anybody's
you're
head
not the
under.
preacher. Okay, let's
Here's
do
the
the
song. I
song.
hope you like it. It was 'neath an old brush harbor one stormy summer night. Lightning cracked, I jumped back. I thought I'd seen the light. I commenced a hollering, wash my sins away. And as my head went 'neath the water, I heard my precious, sweet, dear little mama say, "Hold him under just a little bit longer, preacher. Stand on his throat. Don't let him up till his feet start to float. And if he hollers hallelujah, he's just telling one more lie. Preacher, hold him under till he's over on the other side." He held me underneath the water till my lungs cried out for air. Right then and there, I was introduced to prayer.
That's right.
I will walk the straight and narrow, be as good as a man can be. Lord, if you just try and knock this wild-eyed preacher off of me. Hold him under just a little bit longer, preacher. Stand on his throat. Don't let him up till his feet start to float. And if he hollers hallelujah, he's just telling you one more lie. Preacher, hold him under till he's over on the other side. Biggie boy. Hold him under just a little bit longer, preacher. Stand on his throat. Don't let him up till his feet start to float. And if he hollers hallelujah, he's just telling you one more lie. Preacher, hold him under till he's over on the other side. Preacher, hold him under till he's over on the other side. You'll lay. Hey, y'all, it's with great pleasure we introduce one of my long-timest friends. That may not be close
Bestest
to-
friends.
Bestest friends in the whole world. And he's a songwriter in his own right and has had a lot of success
He was a
doing
big
that.
star here in Houston back when
He's
you
a
were
Houston
as
boy.
well.
Yes, that's right. Back
playing
we-
the same circuits.
We did. We played the same circuits, and we had a lot of the same fans that followed us around. We're very excited that he's here in Houston today,
Yes.
and he came by to do a song for us. So here he is, Mr. Gary Smith.
Another night with you in my arms. Another night wrapped up in your charm. I'm a lucky, lucky man, it's true. Breezing through life with you so easy. Candlelight, love shining in your eyes. Feels so right, put your sweet lips on mine. When you hold me, girl, like no one else can do, I get lost in you. I can leave the whole wide world behind. You make all my dreams come true. It seems happiness is all I find when I get lost in you. Best place in town at a table for two. People all around, but all I can see is you. Something magic happens, makes me feel brand new, and I get lost in you. I can leave the whole wide world behind. You make all my dreams come true. It seems happiness is all I find when I get lost in you. Best place in town at a table for two. People all around, but all I can see is you. Something magic happens, makes me feel brand new when I get lost in. I'm so lost in. I get lost in you. Da 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 da, ba da 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 da.
Hey, we're here on set with my great friend, longtime friend. Hey, we're kind of a little bit older than we were when we met.
Long
This is
time.
Gary Smith, and
He's one of my favorites.
Yeah, he is.
I have
Well, he
all
always
his
has
albums.
been one of your favorites. But long time ago, in a far, far away land, which seems like it nowadays, I moved to Houston to go to the University of Houston, 1964, in September, to start at U of H, and I started looking for a place to sing because I had no way to make a living. So, and a few months after that, somebody introduced me to Gary Smith, and they said, go out to the Levee. There was a place called the Levee, and you were working there.
Richmond Avenue. Yeah.
Richmond Avenue, and they somehow introduced us, Smith, on the phone or something. I call him Smith. He calls me Nash all the time. But
I can't remember
can't-
who exactly.
I don't know who did it, but I showed up out there, and you know what? This starts a tribute
Did you
to
sing?
Gary Smith. And I'll tell you what happened. You and I sang for you somehow or another. You were building the plantation at the time.
Oh, okay.
So all during the day, you and Ginger were down there working and working. And then you'd come and sing at night. And you had Ronnie Dawson come in from Dallas, who played banjo like crazy. Gary
Ronnie
played
Dawson.
banjo.
The great Ronnie Dawson.
The great Ronnie.
Ooh,
Yes,
what
he
a
was.
talent, man.
So we made it up. You said, look, I don't have a way to hire you. But what we'll do is you be one of the waiters. The people will think you're one of the waiters in the crowd, and I'll sing, and Ronnie will sing. And well, wait a minute, even our waiters are really good singers around. Come on up here, Bill. That was the plan.
Yeah.
Now that was the weekend before, and I'd seen y'all show, and I was knocked out with your show. I thought, man, oh man. So anyway, I was ready to do that, but in the meantime, I got the gig at the Bwana Club in Pasadena.
I remember
You
that.
can't pass that up.
And I didn't, the
Bwana Club.
I opened for Conway Twitty at the Bwana Club.
you
So,
really?
yeah, man, Pasadena. I love you, Pasadena, still. That's where Mickey Gilley came and heard me one night, put his stamp on me and all that. But I called you up and I said, hey, I got a gig, and you were always supportive of me, man. You said, I'm glad for you, and on and on. We became friends then. That's where Dana is sitting off camera. She wouldn't come on camera.
Her daddy wants her over here. Peek your head
She
in
may
here.
come. Stick your head in here.
There she is.
This is
This
Dana.
my baby girl.
This is Dana Lynn. Say hi, Dana.
Hi, everyone. I'm Dana. I'm Gary's darling daughter. I love the camera and I love microphones. Thank you.
Yes, she does.
Go
I
sit
met
down.
her when she was in the back seat of that Buick. You had a red
Riviera?
Buick Riviera,
Yeah, yeah.
and Ginger had pulled up there to the plantation, Market Square, to pick the kid to pick you up, the biggest kids she had. And Gary, Dana, and John, your son,
son,
they
yeah.
were just little kids. So that's how long we've been knowing each other. We've been through showbiz things together. There's one more highlight I skip ahead for when we talk about all that. One year, Kim and I, boy, I start to cry. Let me not cry in front of you, but we had some hard times in show business. Imagine that.
All of us. Yeah.
And we came back home. We came back home to start over, and we didn't have anywhere to work. So I called my friend Gary Smith, and you know what? He said, all right, come on over on Friday nights to the Texas Breeze. We'll have a door charge.
We lived right around the corner.
We lived right around the
Yeah,
corner
I
from you.
remember that, yeah.
And he gave us the whole door charge every Friday night through that month of December is the only way we made it. So
Well,
I
you-
finally get a chance to
Well,
say
you
thank
didn't.
you.
You didn't share all the story. We had found out that our son Billy had leukemia,
Yeah.
and Bill was having to get subs in for his shows. So of course he wasn't making money, and we needed some money really badly at that time.
Our contract
You'd
ran
have
out.
done it for me. You'd have
contract
done
ran
it
out.
for me.
Well, I did do one thing for you, if you want to talk about that. When Herb and Liz owned the Golden Fleece, where
Yeah,
I worked.
yeah.
Remember Edgar Winter?
Yeah.
Was my band leader.
Yeah, I know.
We didn't know who he was going to be.
He didn't either.
Yeah, he didn't either. I promise
He
you.
still don't know what he was going to be.
His brother Johnny used to pop in and
Yeah.
sit
Oh,
in with us. But
yeah.
one night, somehow or another, you got sick, and they called Ms. Maddie, your mother-in-law, called Herb, and Herb said, "Okay, you're going to go down and do Gary's show, and then come back and do your show, and then go back and do Gary's show." And that night, I at least got to. That was long before I met you, baby.
Yes.
It was a long time.
Was
before
I
that, but
born?
You were. I don't know, actually.
Were you
Yeah.
born?
I was just a toddler, maybe.
You were
That
four.
hurts.
You were 4 years old when I went to college. But anyway, that's how far back Smith and I go. Even when we moved to Nashville, he moved there first. You were there for 2 years, and then we moved up there, and we wrote some songs together.
we wrote some
Remember,
songs.
we were going to be the country righteous brothers.
Yeah.
Norrell Wilson, who
Norrell.
discovered Kenny Chesney,
Yeah.
by the way, and
Norrell's
wrote so many
gone
hit
now.
songs.
God-
Man, he
God
believed in Gary
yeah.
and I. We wrote a song or something that we went in and recorded, and somehow or another, Norrell
Nothing.
lost his gig at that publishing company, and we lost our chance.
It was an interesting adventure.
Yes, it was.
In the
Yes,
music-
it's all an adventure.
Music, show business, writing, and
But
this
for
and
years,
that.
you two did something here in Houston called the Smith and Nash Bash.
Well,
Christmas
we got-
Bash? Was it
Well,
Christmas
now
Bash?
Kirby's telling me, Kirby's sitting off camera too. We did the Smith and Nash
did both.
New Year's Bash. And you know who, our first year we had Johnny Hartman and her daughter, Lisa Hartman Black. Clint Black's daughter was in our mix because she's from Houston. Wife. I said daughter. No. Clint, I'm sorry, Bubba.
She's
Anyhow.
closer to his daughter.
Oh, maybe not like me and Kim. But nevertheless, you know what? I think people in Houston, because Gary and I, we actually looked a little alike. When I would come off the stage when you came to my show, people would ask you they thought I was you and you were me.
Really?
That's happened at both shows.
Well, people drink a lot.
Well, and you know what?
Maybe that was later in the evening.
Unfortunately so. But the last thing I'll tell, and then I want to hear more about what you're doing, Smith. But I remember, and Kim didn't mind me saying this, but there was a time when my first marriage didn't work out, and I was pretty much in the toilet because my self-image was gone, and I thought I messed it all up, and blah, blah, blah. And I would quit my show at the White House, where Mama Cass was, quit early, and I would rush over to the Almanac Club, and I swear you went on late on purpose, even though he was always late, I must tell you.
Yeah.
Your Mark. But he always did a show late for me. I would come in late and sit in the back, and then I would laugh myself silly because you knew I was there and you were entertaining. And
I was pretty semi-goofy.
Yeah,
sometimes.
but it was a lot of fun, Smith.
You both are goofy. That's why the Smith and Nash Bash works.
So those of you that have been around Houston and you know the history of it, me and Gary, we were pretty much there in the show business, nightclub business. We were neck and neck. I remember
big dogs in Houston.
we was big dogs. I remember introducing you to Mr. Click out at the Library Club because you were needing a gig, and I introduced you, and he said, "Okay, who else am I going to get?" Because I was the first one to start shows there. You came in right behind me.
Yeah.
We did that all over the country, and we went to Arkansas like that. We played Little Rock.
Yeah.
And you guys, I don't know if y'all were there before or after, but
I played Little Rock and Fayetteville and all over.
I didn't go to Fayetteville
we
because
traveled all
that
over.
was too high line for me.
Oh, was it really?
I came on home. Anyhow, Mr. Smith, tell us what you've been doing in Nashville, and you know, hey, by the way, too, we're with you. Ginger is with us in spirit. This whole show is dedicated to Ginger Smith, who's watching down on us from the up in the heavens.
Yeah.
So we want you to know that we're with you. We love you with all our hearts.
Thank you,
And
man. I
so-
spent the last month just trying to handle it and get
Not
through
easy.
it. No, it was very tough. And we got married when she was 17 years old, and she was my life, man. She
Yeah.
was everything. So I now have to refocus with my daughter, who saved my life by coming down and taking care of me.
Yeah, isn't that wonderful?
Oh my God, I couldn't have
Thank
done
you,
it.
Lord.
And John, my son, all of them, they all came.
We love those kids.
They were there all the time, and they got
Yes.
me through the hardest part.
Yeah, and here you are today. And you know what we thought? Man, if we could just get Gary to come over and do a song or two with us, it might help him to kind of get back to square one. Not going to be easy and all of that, but
We didn't do them too good, but we got through 'em.
hey, I thought we had fun doing it. That's the main thing. And he's living in Nashville though, and he's got you
make
got a
records.
book out. You got a book that's coming
Well,
out.
I'm doing a book with a guy that hired me to produce it for him, but I've hired writers to actually do the day-to-day writing, and we're getting the script, and everything comes to me, and it's going good. I'm excited about
Through
it. Then we're gonna-
J. Gary Smith
through
Productions.
J. Gary Smith Productions.
Yeah, Kirby will put that up on the screen. If you want to see any of the music that Gary had, and he's got a song out too.
I got a song, "We Had Love," is on all
It's
media.
a beautiful song.
It was our theme song. I wrote it 35 years ago for my kids. We were in a motel room in
Okay.
Arkansas, and I got up in the middle of the night and wrote the whole song in about 15 minutes.
Oh man, those are the best kind.
And went back to bed, and I never and became my theme song in the clubs and everywhere. Everybody got to know it.
We
So
had
I've done a lot of weddings and funerals and everything.
everything.
But thank you for me. We're doing records. We produce artists. My son and I have a production company, and we've got some great artists. Jennifer Bell from California, Nick Hedden from Canada's got great stuff out.
Yeah.
And we're doing all this stuff and got new artists coming in. So we're staying busy. Praise the Lord. That's all I got.
Hey,
to
you
say.
also have a credit. There was a young man that when we lived in Nashville that you started. That I forget how you met his family, but they were a gospel music family. And
Andy Griggs?
Andy Griggs.
Yeah, we had
Yeah, that's.
I
a
got
feather
him
in your
signed
cap.
to RCA. We had #1 records and set him up on tour. Got him a tour bus, and he was working at a Sam's when I found him,
Yeah.
making $200 a week. Yeah.
So if y'all are interested, you have somebody in your clan that would like to sing and have somebody great that knows how to produce records.
I found him at-
Recommend Jay Gary,
Speaking of friends, Joanne and
Harry, and
and
Joanne,
Harry Yates, they have the Cowboy Church, and that's where I found Andy,
Johnny Cash's sister.
Johnny Cash's
youngest
sister, who I later got to work with because of her. She was amazing, but
Yeah, I
and
love
she
Joanne
came to the
and Harry.
memorial. Joanne,
she really?
Yeah, and Harry.
Oh,
and
that's
she
wonderful.
was
The Memorial for Ginger in
Yeah,
Nashville.
yeah.
Okay.
It was amazing, man. It was so great to see.
Yeah, they're great people.
She cut some of my songs. She got one of her album titles is one of my songs.
Oh, that's fantastic,
But,
man. Oh, you know what? You what's that title of that song about music and the crickets were the? You said
That's
the music
it-
was.
Honey, how long has it been since I took the time to listen to the sound that Mother Nature made? Like whatever, that's
Yeah.
it. Mother Nature's radio.
Mother Nature's Radio.
Yeah.
I always liked that song. Used to do it at Cowboy Church.
Yeah, it's a cool little song.
Hey, you know how we got Cowboy Church going on? I was taking a friend to the airport who was staying at that Holiday Inn there, right off of
That's where
Briley,
they were at the
right
time,
out of Briley Parkway, and they were in the bar on Sunday mornings. Is where they were having church.
Yeah.
And that sounded like me. My mom used to drag our gospel group into the bars to sing.
Yeah.
So didn't bother me at all. And I saw, well, Johnny Cash's sister's going to be here. So I took him to the airport and I came back. And I sat in the back row. They sang all those old gospel songs and I was crying back there. And I went home and I told Kim, I found a place we can go to church.
It's in the bar at the
In
Holiday
the bar.
Inn.
We'll be at home. We've been working all them bars, and then I introduced you to coming to that church.
Yeah,
I guess
you
it
did.
was.
It was through you, yeah.
That we went.
Yeah, because
So-
I didn't know about it until I think you called me or whatever.
Yeah,
but
something like
yeah.
that. Well, I wanted you to come with us, and so you.
And
did.
we wound
Yeah.
up doing all the great stuff with them, the vitamin thing and going to Utah.
Oh, we had
Oh, yeah,
fun,
we
yeah.
did some traveling.
Yes, we did. So
was great.
We go way back with this man, and we love him very, very much. And all you Houstonians, one time I tell you what, let's do. Let's figure out when we can do a music thing. And you know who's back in town? Who's back in town? Ray Rogers from the
Ray,
Bojangles
yeah.
Club he had on Market Square. He was across the street from the plantation, which is where you were.
Yeah.
And I was down in the Golden Fleece. It was a basement bar,
Yeah.
but it was a huge place.
Yeah,
that
it was
I
a
remember.
big place, yeah.
And
Herb Stelter.
Herb Stelter and
My old
owned
buddy.
it. Yeah, they owned it. But let's do a music thing one time.
Let's do it.
See,
Yeah.
and invite everybody to come and see. But I have one request. Kim and I have been working with Champions Kids Camp now this is our 20th year,
Yeah.
20 years. And we've made the difference in so many kids' lives. That's why we even try all this, ladies and gentlemen. We realize we're not in Hollywood and we don't have one of them big old studios, but we have a heart of gold for these children who have been through trauma. That we always say that these are children who have survived an accident, an illness like cancer, or a personal loss. Can you imagine being 8 to 12 years old and losing your mommy or losing your daddy or losing your brother or someone like that? We've had all those kind of stories go through our hands now. And I thank God and Jesus Christ for healing our son of leukemia. It's on record at Texas Children's. And Gary came down for the first show we did to do our first fundraiser for Champions Kids Camp.
Yeah.
You flew in.
I'm coming
to do
back,
it.
too.
Are you? I know
Yeah.
we want you.
I'm gonna come
We'd
back.
love you to
Yeah.
join us. Of course, your daughter Dana lives here.
Yeah.
So we kind of have a pretty good noose around your neck for
Yeah.
that.
Well, I'll talk to Dana.
Yeah. Dana, yeah.
Yes, I'll just talk to her and
Yeah.
say, yeah,
You know,
she's your manager,
You book
so
it. Book it.
You,
I'll be
yeah.
there.
You know your in-laws, the Maddies, used to be who I always called for flowers, no
Yeah.
matter where we
Yeah.
were. When I living in Nashville, I'd call Ms. Maddie,
Yeah.
tell her what I wanted, and she got it handled.
Yeah.
So we go a long ways back. I've
Yeah.
always considered you a brother, man.
I know. Same
I
here.
love you with
Same
all my
here,
heart.
buddy. I know. Me too, buddy. Yeah.
Anything else you want to say to Houston?
No. No, I'm okay. I'm still doing good, and thank you for the wonderful cards and letters and prayers that we got for Ginger. It changed everything, and it really helped get us through it. And I can never thank you all enough. I tried to thank them on the internet, but it's so hard. There's so many. And,
Hard to talk even.
I can't even talk about it. I couldn't take phone calls for a couple of weeks. Hardly.
Yeah,
You know.
right.
But I'm okay. I'll be okay. Dana's going to help me, and Hal, her beautiful husband, is going to help me, and we're going to rock. And Johnny, my son, is rocking.
John, we call him.
My son,
John.
my son is in Nashville with his company, and we do all the music together. And he's the best vocal producer in the business.
Hey, you know what?
He's produced me.
He's
Yeah, I
produced
know.
our stuff, and the stuff that John Smith produced for us is
A lot
still
of our Christian
some of the
music
best
he
we ever
produced.
had. And
Yeah.
of course, he's slammed now.
Yeah.
It's hard
Yeah.
to get his time, but
But he's running his company and doing the music with me.
yeah,
and,
that's a tough road to
And
hoe
my
there.
grandson Will, with his record out, Will.
Check out Will. Hey, how do we find Will?
Will Lind. He's on all the sites. Amazon.
Lynde.
Yeah.
Will Lind.
Uh-huh.
Because I've known him since he was born.
He's
and
got
now
amazing music out right now.
he's a great pianist
He
as
plays,
well.
He plays everything. He played everything on the record.
Maybe we can pull a picture of Will down
Yeah.
off the internet, Kirby, and put
And
it
then
up on our show.
say hi to Jennifer Bell in California. I just did an album for her, and it's amazing. She did a fabulous job, and her stuff's been out.
Great
too, and
singer.
she's a great singer. And for Nick Hedden, Hedden in Canada, young guy. First stuff, and he did fabulous. He's writing and doing everything.
Yeah.
They're trying to get out of Canada. The COVID-19 thing, they can't even travel and play shows.
Yeah,
nobody can
Nobody's
play
playing
shows.
Yeah, our son
Man.
Jimmy.
Yeah. When you look
does
back
things on the internet.
in subsequent years, when y'all look back, if you ever re-look at this particular show, we're still in the midst of the COVID-19 thing.
Steve Williams called me the other day, a longtime friend of mine, he said he had just left Pioneer Bus Company in Nashville. They're friends because he rented buses from them a lot. There's 150 buses parked, and they have no bookings.
You're talking about tour buses,
Tour buses
right?
for
I mean,
the
these
artists.
are really
Nobody's
decked
working.
out.
Nobody's working.
Well, I know we had to cancel our Texas Fest Music Fest for the first time in several years, and we had Mo Bandy scheduled for this year. And finally, I waited till the last minute to see if Mo's place was going to open, and Mo said, "Bill, not going to open." So I had to call him.
Yeah.
He said, "Everybody else is canceled."
He was expecting the call.
He was expecting the
Oh
call.
yeah. Everybody got canceled.
Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, this is our great friend Gary Smith. We're with him in soul, mind, and body.
Thank you, brother.
And we're so thankful that
Me
all
too.
of you are with us.
You guys are
with
my
Champions
family.
Kids Camp.
It's just been wonderful. Yeah.
So, Mr. Kirby is our producer, and his sidekick, Bo Williams. Appreciate all their hard work making these shows look good and go good.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Yes.
And I use the term loosely. We
Okay, well.
no, just a little dig, wasn't it?
I was just.
They know I love them.
Is
I
this all
appreciate it,
in
guys.
that?
Yeah.
I mean, I'd hate to ask you if you have anything else to say.
No, I'm
because-
through.
He already
I'm
said no,
through.
and then he started
did?
talking.
Then he started talking
kind of
again.
like you.
Yeah, well,
I want a cheeseburger.
he wants a cheese. Don't send him
He's
to our
hungry.
house. We don't need no cheeseburgers. Send him to Nashville. All right, then we'll sign off for now, and we're going to do another song in a minute. And God bless y'all. Thank you for supporting Champions Kids Camp and everything, and for y'all keep Gary Smith in your prayers.
Thank you, folks. Yeah.
We're going to do another song, but we're going to do it with our friend Gary, and it's totally unrehearsed.
Unrehearsed.
We want to emphasize unrehearsed. So
Unrehearsed.
whatever comes out, hey, you're going to know this song, Sweet Caroline. Sing along, do the bump, bump, bombs
Sing
with
along
us.
with us, yeah. And if the harmony's messed up, don't pay
no
any
attention.
to it. It was somebody else's fault.
Yeah, let's go for it. Why not?
Here we are having fun with our friend Gary Smith. Where it began, I can't begin to knowing, but then I know it's growing strong.
Was in the spring, then spring became summer. Who'd have believed you'd come along? Touching hands, reaching out, touching me, touching you. Sweet Caroline, the good times never seem so good. I've been inclined to believe they never would.
Look at the night, and it don't seem so lonely. We fill it up with only two. Your turn.
And when I hurt runs off my shoulder. How can I hurt when I'm holding you?
Yes, you're holding my wife. Keeps
Touching one,
touching wine,
reaching out, touching me, touching you. Sweet Caroline, the good times never seem so good.
No, 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 no.
I've been inclined to believe they never would. Oh,
Ba-dum, bum, ba-dum, ba-dum, bum, ba-dum, bum, ba-dum, bum, ba-dum, ba-dum. It's in your contract. Ba-dum, ba-dum,
Sweet Caroline,
Way to go, Smith.